Today is World HIV Day. That is December 1st, 2022. And today we are going to do a video on HIV awareness as well as I get tested on my HIV status. Habari yako daktari?
Nzuri sana.
So today we are letting people know about HIV. You know, there's this big thing or assumption how it's still a mountain in our society. So I would want you to help me let the society know that it is not as big as people think here, and what people should do so that they can live long, because I have seen people living 20 years, 30 years, but I am believing for them to live those years, there's something that they're doing.
Yes.
So guys, meet Dr. Quinta. Let her tell us more about herself.
So my name is Quinta Atieno. I am a clinical officer by profession. I have been working with HIV clients for the last 3 years. Apart from working with them, I have lived with people who are infected with HIV my whole life. I only want to share my age here, but I'm sure I'm above 30 plus. So yes, HIV is something that is in my backbone. There are people that I love and people that I've cared for, I would say like more than a decade. Now, currently I'm based at ACK Mount Kenya and Kangaru Dispensary in Kirinyaga County. This is where I see most of my clients every single day, Monday to Friday.
Wow.
I am glad to be here with you today so that I'm able to actually enlighten you and the whole public, whoever is going to watch this, that HIV should not be a burden in our society anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, the burden has actually reduced in Kenya. Our prevalence is around 5% right now, the whole country, as compared to many more years that the prevalence was a bit high. That means many people are taking their drugs well, many people are getting tested. However, the people who are not getting tested are the youth. And this is why we are getting a big number of youth who are turning positive.
Actually, I saw it on the news that we have a rise in the high HIV numbers among the youths and teens.
Yes, and the youth and teens, that involves an age bracket of between 15 to around 25, and let's say an age bracket of 28 years old. Now, this is why we need to tackle this here, because you are a young man there and you see a beautiful girl out there. I'm not saying that the HIV people have an issue, but you people are not testing, and if you're not testing, then
tunasema kaende
najua ako sawa,
she looks beautiful,
he looks handsome. Yes, then there's no way that anaweza kuwa HIV positive. But HIV, our status are not written on our foreheads, and that's why today, as we go through with Abby about testing, we can be sure we'll not be able to know her status, but when you look at her, we are not sure whether she is HIV positive or negative. And her status are her private issue. She can decide to choose to share with the world or not share. But the most important person in your HIV status is your partner too. Because if they do not support you in the journey, then the journey is going to be such an uphill task.
Wow,
yes.
Thank you. So let's go ahead and do the testing. The last time I tested my HIV status, I think was early this year, January. But now let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, just to debunk on the testing, currently we should actually do the tests every year. There's a new guideline that has not been rolled out yet, but it will say 2 years. It might come back with a guideline of 2 years. This is because we are having fewer new infections than before. Not that there are no new infections, but when we compare 80s and 90s, the infections have reduced. But this is only for people who know how they live their lives. You cannot have more than one sexual partner and just test once.
True.
And did you know that having 2 partners, or what will you classify as having many partners, Abby?
I think more than one.
More than one, yes. More than one in a lifespan. There are many years you have lived with actually multiple sexual partners, because many people are asking themselves, I've only had 2 boyfriends, 3 boyfriends. Do I qualify as somebody who's had multiple? Some people say yes. Others say no. It's something that has not been demystified yet. But if in a year you're having 2 or 3 boyfriends or girlfriends, then you should actually be tested after every 3 months, unless you're using a condom.
So people, after every 3 months, if you're having multiple sexual partners or even you're dating, unajua kuna wale wasewa, I am done with his one, next. So if you're having even different partners or boyfriends or girlfriends, it is advisable for you to get tested after every 3 months. From Dr. Quinta, not me.
Also, the reason why we're actually advocating for condom is that actually free. The government has made them free.
Beshte wangu hawapendi kutumia condom, Quinta.
Condom not only prevents you from getting pregnancies, STIs like syphilis and gonorrhea, and even HIV, the biggest burden in our society currently from the youth.
So currently in Kenya we are having few HIV kits.
Yes, we are, which might change,
which is a shortage.
So if you go around not using a condom, then you put yourself at risk of actually acquiring the
among the lucky people who are having the chance to be tested, today I'm getting tested, and let's go on and do it.
So the test is going to take 15 minutes.
Are there different types of testing, Quinta?
Yes, there are. Yes.
So what are we using today?
Today we are using determine, we are using your blood because it is the most diagnostic as compared to the oral testing.
Okay.
Yes, we have oral test kits in the facilities, though it might be also ruled out because of false negatives and false positive results.
Okay.
So this is the most definitive. Today, if I test you and you're positive with the determined test, then we'll confirm with this. So this is the first test. This is what you are going to use. And then if you turn positive, then we are going to use this to confirm.
Okay.
Now this is according to the current guidelines that we are using. The reason why I keep on saying
pumping. My blood is flowing high.
The reason why I keep on telling you about the guidelines is because they keep on changing as we advance in our HIV care. So this might actually change next year. So if you're watching this in 2025, then this might actually have been
ruled out.
Yes. So yes, let's begin.
Terrain.
So before we start testing, what will you do if you turn positive today?
Should I talk like a layman? Of course I'll be worried for a while, but on the other essence, I have lived with a friend who was HIV positive for such a long time, and it's how they taught me that it's not these big dinosaur we always think of in our mind. So probably there will be that stage of processing I am HIV positive. I think I'll accept and take the medication. I don't know if it's easier said than done.
Most of the time it's easier said than done. But yes, with the proper systems and proper care, and above all, you need to have a treatment supporter. Somebody you can trust, somebody that can walk the journey with you.
That can be my partner, my friend.
Yes, even your parent or your sister. I don't know why people don't want to share this with the people who love them the most.
Okay.
Yes. If you share this with people who love you, then they will support you. Okay. So let's do this.
Nimepewa chance ya kitu moja peke yake, not trying thousands. Actually, it's so scary. I fear needles. So what's next, Quinta? I'm supposed to make you see or hold it on my side. We still don't have the buffer. So the next thing is she's buffering my blood. What is the importance of the buffer?
It helps us get the control and your results.
In
layman words, inafanya damu ipande.
Okay.
Law of gravity. Uko sawa? Okay. So
after this,
now we set the timer.
How many minutes?
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yes.
So 15 minutes. Do we have results that take shorter time?
No. And if somebody does your HIV test less than 15 minutes, then that is a very short period of time.
Okay.
Yes, that is according to the guidelines.
Okay, so we should wait for 15 minutes.
We should wait for 15 minutes. And if you're doing it at home, do not discard, because sometimes you actually do it with your partners. Avoid discarding the kit, because mtu anakonga na haraka to test mbio and then tuanze. Then in the morning mkiangalia dustbin, you're like, somebody actually tested positive.
Positive.
The other important thing to note if you're testing with your partner is put your initial, like it's Abby, we'll put an A.
For if this is mine.
If this is yours. Then if your partner's, then you put yes.
Okay.
You can see Abby's is rising. There are no results yet.
We are waiting. We will be waiting. As we wait, let me ask Quinta. So tell me, what do you want to tell me? I have this question. How is HIV currently doing in Kenya?
Well, as I said earlier, the prevalence has gone down. We have 5%. That is in actually the nationwide 5% prevalence as compared to the other years. However, even the 5%, most of the percentage is going to the youth and not people above 40 and 45. And that's why we're here today, so that, as you had said earlier, we end the triple threat amongst our adolescents. Yes. That is their focus.
Nasikia roho inadunda sababu.
Yes.
Especially that you said we should be waiting for 15 minutes. Na mimi the many times I have tested, I don't think I've ever waited for 15 minutes. So here I feel nimechanuliwa. I have been calmed.
Yes, but this might change. Might change with research. Okay. But actually that is what is recommended.
And the blood is the recommended one compared to the other way of testing.
Yes.
Okay.
The
and what if I find I'm positive and my partner is not positive? Hata nimwambia niache ama kutenda aje?
No, hapana. We actually advise that if ina depend with the person you're in a relationship with. There are people that you know that stories are HIV hawataki kusikia. And that's why it's a big issue. And that's also HIV should be amongst the things that people talk about in dates. Because as I said earlier, no one can know that they're either HIV positive or not. And you have dated people before.
Yeah.
You've had sex without condoms with other people. Yeah. So there's no certain point you'll be able to say, unless you know that I have one partner that I can trust. You don't know about the other person that I trust and I know myself.
Yeah.
At no point will you be able to say that I know today I'm HIV negative. So HIV should be amongst the conversations we have. As you had said, I think it's important for if today I test you and you had your partner here, you turn positive and your partner is negative, that should not be a prerequisite for actually you leaving your partner. Today, the rate of transmission is very low, actually close to 0 point. So if you take your drugs well,
one, I have to be taking my medication
you have to
for me not to infect my partner.
Yes.
Okay.
Then two, you have to use a condom for like 6 months, close to a year. Reason is we do not know your viral load. Viral load is actually the amount of HIV virus in your blood. We actually take a 5 ml. I wish I had. I will show you. There's some blood that we draw out of a client every 3 months. So the first time they get, if you test positive today in November, then according to the new guidelines, we'll actually do a viral load after 3 months. This viral load will show us, you and your partner will tell us, is Abby taking her drugs well? Ama anacheza cheza. Because then it should be LDL. When you say LDL, if your doctor tells you LDL, that means your viral load is too low.
Unajua nutrition kuna LDL pia.
Mkona LDL.
Low density lipoproteins.
No, LDL ni low detectable levels in HIV. Inamaanisha the viral load amongst, if this is 5 ml of blood, I will get a tube. If this is 5 ml of blood, then per ml there's less than 20 HIV virus that are circulating in your system. So this is somebody who can totally have sex
without a condom, as long as...
Not my words. Not my words, but yes, Abby amesema.
Maybe ndo nimesema hiyo part.
Yes. And during this time, let me go back to now, Abby. You've tested today.
Yes.
Just use a condom so that you're able to protect your partner.
Okay.
Yes, and your partner can also start on PrEP if they do not wish to use a condom. Now PrEP will help him not get the virus. And just to also say something small about PrEP. PrEP is not a lifelong treatment. Once AB is okay.
PrEP is the drugs you take before having sex.
Yes.
How long the time frame?
It should be 7 days before.
Si mse uko na mtu sasa uko like acha kwanza nimeze dawa alafu nikuje bedroom. 7 days before.
7 days before PrEP. Now, after 7 days, si ameenda huko sato. Depending on siku zenye ataka, ata stop hiyo dawa until 28 days. Lazima continue.
So I'll take the PrEP as much as I'm having sexual intercourse.
And when you stop the sexual intercourse like today, then you'll still take another 28 days. You can't start, wezi amka tu umesema I will take PrEP today and finish today. No, it will take another 1 month. Now, if somebody ameogopa about PrEP, this is also changing. But there I said earlier, the guidelines zinakuwa better and better. There is an injectable PrEP yenye inakuja. So unakuja tu unapewa jab na yuko sawa. This will actually help us in achieving the 2030 guidelines, 2030 target of the no new HIV infections. Because if all of us are on injectable PrEP, then can we actually get the virus? No. There's also a vaginal ring that is coming. Yes.
Oh, hot news.
Yes, there's also a vaginal ring that is in PrEP. So you insert it and you can actually have the ring up to 28 days. So sorted.
And actually, I read somewhere that HIV cases are higher among women. Is it true? Because sex takes place inside us, or?
Yes, because of the anatomy, the way we have been made.
So this will prevent the high cases of HIV in women.
In women and men.
Yes,
you can't transmit. Yes. So that is how PrEP is changing. So mwenye amesikia ati atakunywa dawa 28 days after, msichoke. I'm sure it's going to be better. There's also another one. Though easy ni zenye nasema, but the guidelines are not yet out. If you're to sleep with somebody today, there is a guideline that will come out maybe next year, and inaonyesha you might actually be able to take 5 pills in that night, and you're protected against HIV.
So kamoja kengine katatu
after an interval of hours. Yes.
Okay.
So that is, I'm just trying to kuonyesha tu, it's something that is exciting to me, that atutakuwa na more people.
Did I tell you how Quinta talks about HIV with so much passion? So I ever attended a medical camp. She was talking about HIV. I think I should have done that in the introduction. However, Quinta talks about HIV with so much passion, and I know you can see it in her right now. The passion she's talking, the passion she's even doing it with her patients. Manze, this shows you that HIV is not the end of the story. Yes, Quinta.
All right. So currently we are at 9 minutes.
9 minutes.
Yes. 7 minutes. So HIV testing has never been easy. Today, if I go for HIV testing myself, I'll still be a bit, because you do not know.
True.
You do not know.
True.
So yes. Anything else?
And I've also heard about PEP. We've talked about PrEP. PEP is after.
PEP is after.
So nikishamaliza ile 28 days za PrEP, sasa nianze tena kukunywa PEP?
No, hapana. Unaona mtu mwenye anashinda, the only time tutakupea PrEP, you have to, lazima uqualify, lazima tukutik. If umeshinda ukichukua PEP, yani unapata, leo nilikuwa na umse, nimekuja kwa Quinta, nimepewa PEP. Kesho nasikia, Abi tena amerudi. Amerudi, like in a month she's coming for, hata jamaliza PEP, anakuja na kuambia, doc, nitafanya aje, wezidi. Then tunamwambia, no, because you have a crazy lifestyle. Let me say crazy sexual lifestyle. Tunakwambia, we kunywa tu PrEP. But for those people wenye huwa anajisema wanajipata, I don't get how mtu anajipata. You don't find yourself in somebody's, I think
discipline, lack of discipline.
Yes, doc, mnani mande, mimi nilijipata. Na the worst thing ni most of them are married. Unasema, mimi nilijipata bash, sije nini ili happen. Not that I am a strict somebody, but sometimes it's sad for us to hear some stories. So if a person like that comes, then we give PEP for 28 days. Juu amejipata, si kujipangia, but unajua maybe the person mwenye anakuja frequently, hiyo ni mtu mwenye amepanga, anajua mimi mwenyewe nitaenda kwa huyu na huyu na huyu. Na most of them ni sexual workers. Commercial sex workers, unapata badala ya kushinda akimeza PrEP 28 days ya kunywe tu PrEP. And we have, this is PrEP. Now PrEP is the same as the HIV drug. Hakuna difference. This is the drug I will give my client, and it's the same drug I will give you when you decide kujipata. Also watu hujipata tu ni medical people.
Yeah, because you can you can treat yourself.
But the people who we give to on Monday ni hao wa mabash. Yes.
Watu wa anasa na sherehe.
But still, see ati tutakuja and we judge you.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll judge you in the head.
Of love.
We'll judge you in the head, but yes, the PrEP is available. PrEP is available and it is free of charge.
Both of them?
Yes, so do not pay.
Are they available in chemists?
No, not many.
Government institutions?
Government institutions and some private institutions like this one.
Do we have side effects of the drugs?
Yes, but very mild. Like a bit of stomach issues, abdominal issues, a bit of nausea. And this drug can actually cause you not to sleep at night.
Oh, insomnia.
In some people, yes, insomnia. In some people, but most of our clients are actually tolerating it very well, and they're taking them at night.
Okay, as we wind up, Dr. Quinta, tell us about Martha and child transmission. Unajua kitambo, the way there were high rate of transmission between mothers and children. Oh guys, seconds. Ama mimi ndo na vitu zangu.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Ama 2 minutes.
Mimi ndo sijui kuangalia hii stopwatch anywho. So tell us about child and mother transmission. How is it going? How are we doing? And what are the chances of a mother transmitting the virus to the child?
Maybe I'll talk about Kirinyaga County. Last year we actually had, if you have more than one baby being infected by HIV, that is a high number. We had between 6 to 9 children, the whole county, actually having mother-to-child transmission, and this should not happen. The only way it happened is, one, the frequent running out of kids. These mothers breastfed their children and they do not know they are HIV positive. By the time you get this child, either they are 6 months, they are sickly, the mother is sickly.
Kwani mtu akienda give birth squeezy hangali yangu HIV?
Ina depend. Kit saini shida kabisa. So if you go to a facility that haina kit, then how utapi, because the baby has to come out. We cannot keep the baby huko ati let's so just to maybe tell the mothers out there, if you get pregnant today, then every 6 months you should actually do a HIV test every 6 months, because remember HIV status can change every day.
True.
After when you go for your labor and delivery, in the hospital that you will go to, if they are lucky, they might actually test you. If they don't, insist on a test at week 6 weeks, when the baby is 6 weeks. If they still do not have a kit, then you can actually buy kits from chemists. Some chemists,
it's 100 shillings.
It's 100 shillings.
100 to 200.
So there's no reason a mother out there
should be. Good life ni 500 lakini.
Kama unaweza afford, the better, because the cost of actually kupatia mtoto wako dawa, then one day kwanza kumwambia unajua uko HIV positive, because yes, if you can be able to afford the kit, then wacha anunue wakuje nazo waseme mimi sijai testiwa for the last 6 months, my baby is 6 months today. Then
to check my status.
Yes. So this should happen every 6 months until they stop breastfeeding.
What if I find I'm HIV positive and I have given birth and here is the baby?
So when you find that you're HIV positive, regardless of your gestation, whether you're at 6 weeks, 6 months, or delivering, there's a drug that we give, and I have some of them to show you. So this is what we give the children. We actually give, this will be given for 6 weeks, and this the child will continue until they stop breastfeeding.
So the child takes the drug?
The child takes the drug, the mother takes the drug, and they are both protected. Chances of transmission, and the mother is taking her drug and the child is taking their drug, is very low, close to minimal, and that is the beauty of how evolved HIV right now is. So today, if a child turns positive, the mother must have played a big role, not just a role, an enormous role. By the 21st century, you should not have positive babies. Yes. Now, just another thing, somebody might ask themselves, mini mama, niko HIV positive, and we remember we talked about PrEP.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But PrEP only helps sexually. This mother can still transmit to this child. So there is no way, unaona like tuseme, I am HIV positive.
Yeah.
My partner is HIV positive and I am on PrEP na feel like mtoi haezi pata. Breast milk inakwanga na HIV virus, and that's why we give this, because some of these drugs, when you read their properties, zinafanya HIV virus bind. Okay. You know how it binds kwa DNA. There's a way it doesn't bind, and that's why we need to actually protect the child. So PrEP does not prevent mother to child transmission. It prevents partner to partner transmission.
Roda fats.
So that is what about. And the drugs for mothers is also the same, as it's not special for them.
Okay.
Yes, it's not special, and they will keep on monitoring their viral load every 6 months until the baby stops breastfeeding.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Quinta. Thank you for honoring my invite. Parting shots.
Your results are ready.
Wase, niko bado hapa. Parting shots. What would you want to tell a person who just got newly advised and she or he is watching Beyond Our Bodies
newly
right
diagnosed.
now? Yes.
I'd like to tell that person that that is not the end of life.
Yes.
One, HIV right now is not a big thing. There are bigger diseases out there killing people faster than HIV. In fact, the life expectancy of a HIV client is the same as the life expectancy of a normal person. So if you're there, you've been tested today, you're wondering what to do. One, if you're in Kirinyaga County, please reach out through Abby's page. I am sure we will help you. And if you're not, find somebody who you love or who loves you. You can, from your mother. I am speaking about mother because most of our clients are afraid of actually disclosing to their mother. If today my child would have told me that they are HIV positive, I would go heaven and earth to make sure they eat, they everything else. So let's look at our mothers, let's look at our sisters, let's look at those friends that we know that nikimwambia atani support. Let's find somebody to walk the journey with, because this journey is a lifelong journey. Until akiwa comes, you need somebody who can hold your hand every day and kuambia kunywa dawa, unaendelea aje, how are you feeling today? So you need support. You need support from your partner, and especially the partners out there. Our HIV clients, especially here in the place that I go to, they seek also relationships. Wanataka kuolewa, wanataka kuhagiwa, wanataka kukisiwa. They are human sex, beings, right? But sasa mtu atilo because nimetestiwa na mtu na muachia hapo, that should not even happen. You do not know the story behind it. Now even if you know the story ati alienda akatafuta, do you love this person enough to actually walk the journey with? I wish I had more time to share a very sad story about people who have met who wanakuja wanaachana.
We will do it again.
Yes,
we will do it again. If you want Quinta again on the show, kindly comment there. There.
But let's marry them. And let's come to the clinic with them. We shall surely support the family.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. To back up Quinta's information to the society, in line with that also, I'll be having a guest for my next week video who has been living with HIV for some good years, to prove to you that it is possible to live with HIV and be healthy and be happy and just live a normal life like any other person. Lakini atujangalia results zangu.
A few moments later.
So what should I check? Hata wewe upasi uangalie results zangu ama unapaswa uangalie?
Nafa nikusaidie kuangalia.
Oh my god. Okay.
Msiwaambie. So anyways, kukiwa na 2 lines, that means you're positive. Kukiwa na 1 line, and that 1 line inafaa ikuwe juu. I wish I had another that we could tungewaonyesha kianza. I wish I had another that I could show you where the line should be. kama kuna line ya juu ya kwanza iko sawa, then ako negative. Kama ni ya chini, then the results are most likely invalid and you might need to repeat. But if they are positive, line mbili hiyo inamaanisha iko positive.
Okay.
So we will use, then kwa nimesema we will confirm, because pia usiambiwe you HIV positive na one test. Confirm your results using currently you are using the first response to confirm. If they confirm like this, then we link them to a facility that they want.
So if these results say I'm positive, we are using this again.
We are using this to confirm.
Okay.
And then after we confirm, you choose a hospital of choice. We run a bit of tests to see how your CD4 count is, if you're healthy enough, and then we start you on ARVs.
Na tumengoja kusikia results zangu. Quinta alituambia hizi results ni zangu na partner wangu na mtu mwingine mwenye naweza taka kuambia. Sasa nitawaambia labda next time. So until next time, subscribe, like, comment, tell us what you've learned, tell me if you want Winter again on my show, and thank you guys for watching. Turu, Beyond Our Bodies, Nyakioka Boy is my name.